Hi, this is Steve from Roofer 911. I'm on a house in Leesburg, Virginia, and I wanted to show you something really important. They have a leak at this valley here, and most of the water is settling down near the bottom. So the first thing I wanted to do is to check the valley to see if they fastened any nails too close to the valley center line, and everything was fine. They nailed at least like 9-10 inches away from the center, which is good. Now another thing I needed to check, and this doesn't leak all the time, it only leaks mainly when there's a heavy downpour or driving rain. I wanted to check this ridge vent to see how much they cut the open breathing space underneath, because many times if it's cut too wide, the water can very easily get underneath there from a heavy downpour or driving rain. Now once the water gets inside the ridge vent, it can drop inside the open breathing space, so they'll see a water stain on the ceiling directly below here, but many times the water will get inside the ridge vent here and then just travel underneath the roof shingles, and then the water will settle at the valley. Now when the water is traveling, if it doesn't find any openings like a tear in the felt or maybe through the side of a nail, the water will continue to travel down the valley underneath the shingles, and like I said, wherever it finds an opening like a tear in the felt, that's where the water will settle. So the ridge vents were all good. The breathing space here was about maybe 3 inches wide, and then also I needed to check the one above because the leak could originate from up there as well, and that ridge vent was good. So what we need to do is remove this entire length of valley, which is about maybe 35 feet, and then we're going to install ice and water shield right down the middle of the valley, and then we're going to re-shingle on both sides about 3 feet out, 4 feet out, from top to bottom. Now another thing which is very important with architectural shingles is fastening procedures. Many contractors are in a rush nailing the shingles into place, and with a nail gun you can fasten 5 to 8 nails a second, and if the contractors don't pay attention to where they're placing each and every nail, there'll be nails exposed at the keys where the shingle join together, just like this. So what happens is when it rains heavy, the water gets inside the keys and the water seeps right through the sides of the nail and then just goes underneath the roof, and then it will settle wherever it finds an opening. So in other words, we need to check every shingle from the top of the valley, starting here, all the way across this way, and then straight down at the bottom of the valley. We need to lift every shingle to make sure there's no nails exposed at the key. So we also need to do it on the left side of the valley, because the leak could originate anywhere here and the water is just going to travel down and settle at the lowest point. So let me show you something else. Here, we got to go all the way up. So we got to check every shingle all the way up to the top here. This section over here, this whole section, everything. We got to check each and every shingle. Now, let me see something else. I lifted this shingle up here just to show you, and then there's another nail exposed. So what we'll do is we're going to lift up the shingles wherever we see nails exposed at the keys. Then we're going to seal over the nail with polyurethane, and then we're going to slide aluminum step flashing underneath the key. So this way, when it rains and the water seeps through the sides of the key, it will not leak because the nail is being covered with the step flashing. And visibly, even if you're on the roof, you won't see the step flashing because it's underneath the shingles. My name is Steve from Roofer 911, and if you have any questions, you can reach me at 703-475-2446. Thank you.